Vice President Jessica Alupo thanked President Yoweri Museveni for his continued efforts in availing learning and training opportunities, saying this gesture reminds us that the President is concerned about all the people of Uganda in different ways and urged the teachers to inculcate the values and ideals of patriotism amongst the learners.
As NRM from 1986 up to now answered many of our questions, I am sure that's where, for me as a vice president, as a political leader, would want to have an interface with you. How many kilometers of road were there in terms of Maram in 1986 with a clear program? How many dams have we constructed which were not there in 1986? The learners who were there then in schools and the ones who are now there in schools. How many teachers were there then in the payroll and how many now are in the payroll of government? And has government been able to respond to their issues? And how were they being responded to from 1962 up to now, considering all other factors constant? In terms of security, have the people of Uganda ever run from the time NRM came to power? Has there been any instability which has affected the people of Uganda to the extent of becoming visitors to the neighboring countries? Those are big questions that we can answer. Of course, notwithstanding the internal incidences in terms of security within the country, which government has resolved, and then we continue conducting our businesses.
She thanked all schools with patriotic clubs, saying this initiative has brought forth disciplined citizens, most of who are joining the forces. On ideology, the Vice President rallied the teachers by asking them to take an in-depth look at what it takes to be ideologically conscious, saying answers to such questions would guide a coherent decision.
Director, this crop of people in front of you are a very fundamental team of people who have seen it all. They have been in front of the blackboard, they have been also on the other side of the blackboard. So when I say that one's understanding in a correct way of what happens in one's environment or society, I am sure in their minds they are saying, how do we get that correct position? But the correct position, I'm sure, is what you have been invited to share here, so that when we leave, there is a point of convergence. If you had come with some isolated cases of points of divergence.
The school commandant, Brigadier Charles Kisembo, said the course had attracted a number of facilitators, including the academia, the army, among others, adding that National Leadership Institute Nali in Kyankwanzi district has over the years integrated ideology with reality, theory, and practice. Etole Ed Archangel, UBC News.